can't believe it, guys. I can, but I can't believe it. Set piece again, ole ole. Oh my God, I have not enjoyed watching United like this in a long time. Manchester United pick up 3 points and 3 goals at the Emirates in the Premier League against the title leaders, the team that are chasing the title. I don't know if this is the beginning of a hiccup period for them, but if we are the team that helps to kickstart that, then I'm all for it. We got so much to talk about, so you guys know what to do. Be sure to hit the like button. Be sure to subscribe as well if you are new here. Let's start with the fact that no team have put 3 past Arsenal since Luton Town in the Premier League. And Manchester United not only come to the Emirates, but they do exactly that. And Arsenal actually go up a goal, yeah, but they're saying it's a Leach own goal, right? Jammy goal to concede. It's a very, very jammy goal to concede. And up until then, Arsenal were dominating possession. But I don't know what it was. I felt like we couldn't get out of our half. And if we did get out of our half, we couldn't do anything. I think it was up until, when Brian Mbeumo runs in goal and then comes back to try pass it to Bruno and he misses that pass. I think that was the first time we actually got into the opponent's box in the first half. But the first half, I think getting that goal from Brian Mbeumo, and some people are going to say it's a choppy error from Arsenal, but one thing I've realised under Mikel Carrick from last week and this week is the way that Man United press. And I think the style that United are set up in very much helps, because there is this rotatable front line and United play in triangles. I know I hate to hear those terms, but when Mbeumo tucks in or drops in, Ahmad rotates, Bruno drifts out, etc. I got a tactical breakdown video dropping tomorrow, so make sure you check that out on the Arsenal game. But that really helps because that also allows Manchester United to press. And I also think the legs that they have, in that front line with Dorgu, with Bruno, with Mbeumo, with Ahmad, that allows us to press very well. And Arsenal had those kind of hiccup moments in the back line, and I just felt like up until that Mbeumo goal, I knew deep down that something was coming on the horizon for United. I didn't know if it would be multiple goals forced from, forcing Arsenal into error. Let's get this, let's just sort this out right now, guys. When a team makes a mistake, sometimes it's by their own doing, and sometimes they make that mistake because of the opponent and the opponent making them uncomfortable. And I fully believe that in that situation, United make them uncomfortable. Brian Mbeumo does enough to take it around or come and chop onto his right foot, steer it past Raya, and I think that just gave us the momentum going in to the second half, if I'm being honest. Now, Patrick Dorgu, I've got to give him a round of applause for that goal, because one thing I will say is that out of all the goals that were scored today, Man United scored the best goals. If there was a trophy for the best goals out of the two teams, we scored the best of the goals. One choppy, jammy goal from Mikel Moreno from a set piece, which was absolutely jammy, and then our own goal. In comparison, listen, that Patrick Dorgu goal, I don't know what it is, but there's just something about a sweet strike when the ball is just still drifting in the air and the player catches it. It's beautiful. As a football fan, it's beautiful to see, and as a United fan, a United player scoring like that, it just makes it that little bit better. I mean, at the Emirates, and you know what, yeah, it reminded me similar to those passages of play that we saw against Man City. Those tight spaces, passing around, just trying to get a little opening. Bruno gets the assist, but it's not just the assist from Bruno, and I think that's when he started to come into the game. I felt like for the midfield, it was very difficult. I'm not going to lie, Declan Rice, for me, is a phenomenal midfielder, and when you come up against a midfield that got Declan Rice in it, I think it's just quite difficult for the opponent to get into the game. Zubimendi for me was the weak link out of the three. Odegaard as well gets hooked, both of them hooked before the 60th minute. But what I liked about Bruno Fernandes for that Dorgu goal wasn't just the assist. Even when Dorgu's in disbelief and he's running to the corner flag to celebrate and he's running at Bruno's telling him, go, this is your moment, have your moment. And there's not, sometimes I think we all forget as fans how young Patrick Dorgu is as a player. He is very, very young. He's younger than Ahmad. If I'm not wrong, him and Maino are as age mates. Obviously, he's 21 and 20, but they're closer in age than the likes of Ahmad. So I think we just got to be patient with Patrick Dorgu. And then the third goal, I mean, when Mateus Cunha, before he actually came on, I was watching the game with my family and I was like, oh, I hope Cunha comes on, just let him at them. That's what I was just saying. Like, even though United were 2-1 up, yeah, and we're going to talk about the goal, the set-piece goal conceded, but even we were 2-1 up, I still felt like the game against Arsenal, it was there for the taking. And Arsenal themselves looked like it. I can imagine at the Emirates, it was probably a nervy feeling at that point when United are 2-1 up, because it felt like we were still banging on the door. We could bang on the door for another goal. And it's just those elements of football. And I think Cunha coming on, for me, was just that cherry on the cake. And when he got that ball and he, skips past one player, comes onto his right foot, and I saw Saliba and Gabriel, both of them sat off him. And Saliba was doing this thing where he's on his right foot, so he's like this way, and he's like jockeying, but he's not going to him. I was screaming at this TV, shoot, because none of them were coming to close him down. And that is the difference between, I think, the United centre-backs today and the Arsenal centre-backs today, because of how many blocked shots United managed to pull off in comparison to Arsenal. I felt like the centre-backs gave too much respect to Manchester United's attackers. And when you give Cunha that much respect from that far out, he's going to punish you. And David Raya's positioning is poor there. But also, I don't think I don't know if he took too long to shift with Cunha as he drifted in. But that just, for me, it just shows you how much teams underestimate Manchester United players and what they're probably capable of doing. I think that's probably the biggest takeaway for me from this game, is that I felt like Arsenal, at no point did they feel like, oh, United are a threat. Even when United are 2-1 up and they're banging at the door of United and trying to do something. Let's be honest, guys. When we look at the stats and even the eye test, they had 4 shots on target and 6 shots blocked. Arsenal only blocked 2 shots because their centre-backs gave too much respect to our opponents and to the opponents, and we punished them. And that's what you have to do. If teams ain't gonna give you respect, you take it. And that's exactly what Cunha did. That celebration, for y'all that speak the same language as Cunha, what did he scream into the camera when he was celebrating? I know he said, this is the effing something. I don't know what he said. Can you lot let me know down below in the comment section? But for me, this is what we need to be. Teams don't respect United anymore. They don't. So if they're not going to respect us, that's fine. We'll take it. We will forcefully take the respect in ways like this. Michael Carrick wins back-to-back Premier League games immediately. First 2 games, first wins. And these are 2 big games, guys. City at home, in a place where I think, bar Ten Hag, it's not been a place where we've won. Old Trafford has not been a place that we've won in the Manchester derby in the last how many years. So coming into the, your tenure as the interim head coach, and your first 2 games are 2 huge games, but both of them are teams challenging for the title. One of them is the boogeyman, the team that we haven't beat away in a long time in the Premier League. I mean, I have to applaud Michael Carrick, but also I see it's just things that I haven't seen that I see now. The triangles, the passing, the off-the-ball movement from the players. I'm seeing Maguire moving off of the ball when Leach is in possession and United's a goal up. And then he's moving off into the right-hand channels and pushing up. And you got Casemiro dropping in. You are going to see it in the tactical breakdown. This is the more emotional side of my reaction. I'm going to drop a tactical video showing how Michael Carrick beat Arteta. You know what's even more funnier, guys, is Michael Carrick left United, came back, and Arteta still can't beat him. Oh my days. Listen, this is what we gotta run with, guys. This is what we gotta run with. But let's not get it twisted. There is a long way away to go for United still to be, back to where we are. But there's nothing better than to start your tenure at Manchester United as an interim head coach and get 2 big wins in this manner. The fact that Arsenal, one of the best defenses in Europe, let's be real, they are unbeaten, in champs. Arsenal fans were talking about, there's 2 arguments that I've seen, coming up to this game. Number 1 was the whole 08 Man United versus this Arsenal team. You can't even beat 2026 Manchester United. Please don't chat to me about 07-08, yeah? Don't talk to me about 07-08 because you can't even beat 2026, which is meant to be one of the worst United squads of all time, right? Remember that? Number 1. Number 2, talking about, put some respect on that Chelsea 04-05 team that conceded 15 goals, because today that Brian Mbeumo goal was the 50th goal that Arsenal have conceded in the league in 23 games. It's still a great record. Let's not get that twisted. But until you start winning stuff, don't have conversations about some of the best teams that we've seen in Premier League history. I don't want to have those conversations. But Brian Mbeumo, 10 goals in the league, you know, we brought him last season off the back of 20 goals. And now he's played in a different type of team, a different type of system. He's played as that 9. He's played off of the right. He's got his 10th goal. He scored against City. He scored at Anfield against Liverpool. He scored at the Tottenham Stadium against Spurs. He scores at the Emirates against Arsenal. Let's put some respect on Brian Mbeumo's name. Let's put some respect on Matheus Cunha's name. People were saying, oh, why did we waste money on him and Mbeumo? Respect him, please. Respect him. Patrick Dorgu, 21 years old. Give the kid some time. Give the kid some time. Mikel Carrick. Listen, we're not going to get carried away with those conversations, but I love what he's instilling into this team. And even when he took Brian Mbeumo off, a good 1 minute, he's holding him like this, talking to him. That is it, guys. That is it. And if there's any way to get the fan base behind you as a team that has been in turmoil for so long, it's games like this, guys. Set piece again. Ole, ole. Anyways, guys, let me know your thoughts down below. Be sure to hit the like button. Be sure to subscribe as well if you are new here.